Hello dear friends, glad to welcome you on my channel. As usual, we continue to explore the boundless universe of our favorite game Poppy Playtime to answer all our questions and reveal all the secrets that Mob Entertainment has prepared for us. Today we will try to guess what we should expect from the fourth part of Poppy Playtime. We will try to build some theories and try to prove their validity. In the previous videos, we have already made a guess about what heroes we should expect in the new chapter, as well as theories about the estimated release date of the new part of the game. In this video, I offer you to understand the fate of one of the main antagonists of Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, namely, CatNap. Together with you, we will try to guess whether everything is so simple in the final scene and whether we should expect him in the fourth version of the game. We will also touch a little bit on the fate of his former friends from Smiling Critters, and try to predict whether we will be able to see Prototype in the new version of the game. So to keep up to date with all the events from the world of Poppy Playtime, watch this video till the end. And also subscribe to my channel, so you won't miss new videos. Well, here we go. I suggest to start with remembering who is CatNap and why his person was honored with a separate video. CatNap is known to us as Experiment 1188, and his history as one of the main antagonists in the Playtime Factory begins during the famous The Hour of Joy, when Prototype subjugated such monsters as Huggy Wuggy, Kissy Missy, Boxy Boo, Miss Delight, and many Smiling Critters. But CatNap stands out among them all, as he has a separate history with Prototype. Let me remind you that CatNap considers Prototype to be his god. He built a cult in his honor. From the words of CatNap's former comrade, Dog Day, we learn that he killed everyone who didn't want to obey Prototype, even his friends from Smiling Critters, leaving only a part of Dog Day to suffer chained to a cage.
That thing, CatNap, the Prototype is his god. And this is what he does to heretics. These little toys follow CatNap to avoid that very fate. And in return, they are fed. We try to fight it. The Prototype's control. I am the last of the Smiling Critters.
As I recalled earlier, CatNap is known as Experiment 1188. So this experiment was a little orphan boy named Theodore Gramble who was kept at Playcare. After all the manipulations to turn Theodore Gramble into CatNap, he was put in charge of the infamous Home Sweet Home, the main center of Playcare, where these horrible experiments on orphans were conducted. So what exactly is CatNap? CatNap's monstrous shape resembles a cat covered in purple fur. CatNap has two forms, one normal, in which he is in most of his time, and the other demonic, which is activated when an attack is imminent. Another distinctive feature of CatNap is his red gas, which causes hallucinogenic effect to everyone. We can guess about it from the scene with the dead back in Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 Huggy Wuggy, after our character inhaled this red gas. Many are still wondering what happened to CatNap in the final scene. I have some theories on this, which I am willing to voice to you. My first theory, which is probably the most popular among Poppy Playtime fans, is that Prototype simply killed CatNap in order to take his body and his abilities for himself. Because as we can learn from Mommy Longlegs, Prototype takes the remains of monsters in order to make them part of himself.
What have you done? You make me part of him! You can't do this to me!
My next theory is not so popular, namely Prototype decided to take the exhausted CatNap, who was badly hurt during the attack on our character, so that he would not finally die and be eaten by the monsters living in the Playtime Factory. Maybe it's really true, and CatNap got off with little blood, and after the help of Prototype, he will recover, and we will be able to see him in the new part of the game. Because CatNap was very loyal to Prototype, he killed all those who did not obey him, created a cult of victims in the name of Prototype. Was it also that Prototype just killed CatNap at the end? I really don't want it to be true. Hence another question, should we expect CatNap in Part 4 of Poppy Playtime? And if so, in what role? I have a couple of theories on these questions that I'm willing to share with you. So, I think that CatNap is definitely worth waiting for in Poppy Playtime, but whether it is worth waiting for him in the next part, I don't have a definite answer. In my opinion, the developers have done a great job to introduce and popularize this character. A huge number of banners, VHS tapes, one of the main roles in the game, a huge attention in the trailer, and many other things were done by Mob Entertainment staff in relation to CatNap. And is it all to show him for a little bit in the game and immediately kill him? it sounds even stupid. Another theory of mine has to do with the famous The Hour of Joy VHS tape that made a lot of noise among Poppy Playtime fans. Namely the fact that it showed pretty much every character we saw in the game, but not Boxy Boo. Yes, Boxy Boo is already in the Project Playtime game, but in the main story we could see him only on this VHS tape, and I suppose that the next, fourth part of the game will be dedicated to him, and maybe he will also somehow suffer at the hands of Prototype, and maybe in the next parts of the game we will be able to see the confrontation of all the main antagonists against the most important villain from Poppy Playtime universe, Prototype. I have another theory about CatNap's involvement in the fourth chapter of Poppy Playtime. It could be that in this chapter we will see an epic confrontation between CatNap and his leader Prototype, because of the disagreements that could arise between them in the final scene, and it is possible that CatNap will take all of Prototype's powers and we will have a new main villain. I believe that this theory also has a place. There is a lot of discussion among my subscribers about the fate of smiling critters. Many of you say that they all died at the hands of CatNap, as we can hear from Dog Day.
We tried to fight it, the Prototype's control. I am the last of the smiling critters.
And many of you believe that they are still alive and that they will get their due place in the plot of Poppy Playtime. I have two theories about this, which I'm happy to share with you. The first one and the simplest one is that they are really dead and that they will exist in the game either as mini smiling critters or as parts of the Prototype body. This theory is probably the most popular among fans. And the second theory is that CatNap deliberately lied to Dog Day and all other smiling critters are actually alive and we will be able to see them in new versions of the game. But why would CatNap lie to Dog Day about his comrades? Perhaps in this way CatNap wanted to make Dog Day suffer even more, or perhaps CatNap has his own plan, which he did not want to disclose to anyone, and to realize it, no one should know about it. And what we should expect from the patron of CatNap, from the one who provoked the terrible The Hour of Joy, as a result of which a lot of employees of Playtime Factory died, from Prototype. As we have already mentioned before, from the participants of The Hour of Joy we were not shown only Boxy Boo. Most likely we will see their confrontation in the next part of the game, or maybe Mob Entertainment developers will decide to add completely new characters to add more mystery to the game, or they will remember about the characters they showed in the previous versions of the game, but did not involve them in the story. A good example is the dinosaur Brawn, about which there is even a VHS tape on Mob Entertainment's YouTube channel. But many people are worried about another question. When will he show his face? When will we see his appearance? And is it true that he collects the bodies of our favorite monsters only to build himself a new body? I can only assume that the theory that Prototype collects the remains of monsters in order to rebuild his body is the most probable, and most likely in the fourth chapter we will finally show the result of his efforts and we will see our favorite monsters. But not in the usual form, but only in the form of parts of a new body Prototype. And to prove the validity of this or that theory we should wait for a new trailer from Mob Entertainment. Hopefully they will give us some clues about it. What do you think? Should we expect CatNap in the new versions of the game? Will we be able to see the full Smiling Critters lineup? And will we finally see the face of Prototype? I'm waiting for your opinion in the comments as always, and share your theories about the fourth chapter of Poppy Playtime. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel to stay up to date with Playtime news. Before finishing today's video, I would like to thank you. We have reached 1,000 subscribers. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to do anything. Your support motivates me a lot. Thank you very much. Well, that's all for today. Glad to discuss such interesting questions with you. See you all later, and bye.